Your PC can feel perfectly fine in the morning, and then hours later, the same computer suddenly feels heavy, slow, and stuck. Apps take longer to open, tabs freeze, and the mouse starts feeling like it is dragging through mud. On screen, it looks like one simple problem. The computer is slow, but underneath, little things have been stacking up for hours. Open tabs, background tasks, memory use, and heat. That is why this problem is not random. A computer that stays on for a long time can slowly collect invisible pressure until everything starts reacting late. So in this video, I'll show you why your PC gets slower the longer you leave it on, and why restarting can suddenly make it feel normal again. Most people think a slow PC means the computer is broken, too old, or infected with something. And sometimes there is a bigger problem. But a lot of the time, the slowdown is much simpler than that. The mistake is thinking the computer only gets slow because one big thing is wrong. In reality, it is often many small things building up at the same time. Oh, before you assume your computer is dying, it helps to understand what actually builds up while it stays awake. When your PC stays on, it does not just sit there doing nothing. Even when you are not touching it, apps can keep running, browser tabs can keep refreshing, updates can keep checking, and temporary memory can keep filling. Think of your computer like a desk. At the start of the day, the desk is clear, but every app, tab, file, and background task leaves something on that desk. The computer is still working, but it has more to carry. And the longer it stays on, the more chances there are for one small thing to get stuck. The first big cause is memory buildup. Your RAM is the short-term workspace your computer uses while apps are open. The problem is, some apps do not give that space back cleanly when you are done. A browser with lots of tabs, a chat app, a video page, and a few background programs can slowly fill the workspace. Even if each one seems small, together, they can make the whole computer feel slower. That is why closing one app does not always fix everything. Sometimes the system needs a full reset to clear the leftover clutter properly. The second cause is heat and background work. A computer that has been running for hours can get warmer, especially if it is on a bed, couch, dusty desk, or running heavy browser pages. When a computer gets too warm, it may slow itself down to protect the parts inside. At the same time, background jobs can still be using power without looking obvious. So the slowdown is not always because you are doing something huge. Sometimes the computer is quietly hot, busy, and trying to protect itself. This feels confusing because the screen does not show you the whole story. You might only see one frozen app, but the real problem could be memory pressure, heat, background tasks, or all of them together. What you see is a stuck window. What the computer is dealing with is a crowded workspace, a warmer processor, and apps asking for attention at the same time. That is why the problem feels random. The visible freeze happens suddenly, but the hidden buildup usually happened slowly. So, if your PC gets slower the longer you leave it on, it does not automatically mean the computer is broken. It usually means the system has been carrying too much for too long. Restarting helps because it clears temporary memory, closes stuck background tasks, cools the system down if you leave it off for a moment, and gives the computer a cleaner starting point. The simple takeaway is this: your PC slowing down over time is usually not random. It is often buildup. And a restart works because it gives the computer a clean desk again.